Hello, my name is Latoya Simpson, and this is the assignment Designing Differentiated Instruction to Meet Specific Needs for ESD 530. Our assignment was to pick 5 categories of disabilities under the Individuals with Disabilities Educational Act and describe the disability, how it affects academic, social, and communication skills, and also what are types of differentiated instructional strategies we can use to be effective teachers for those students that have been diagnosed with that disability. The first disability I have is autism. Autism is a developmental disability that affects students' communication. It can cause a student to be verbal and nonverbal. It also affects their social skills. Students with autism usually struggle with learning because they lack social, organizational, reading, counting, and writing skills needed to excel in their learning. Students with autism find it very difficult and sometimes uncomfortable to interact with their peers, which can cause them to have a lack of social skills and communication skills. Students with autism are very uncomfortable when there is a change in their routine. So, a instructional strategy that can be useful to students with autism is the use of our Universal Design for Learning, which is also known as UDL. With UDL, teachers should give clear and concise direction to assignments, provide a variety of choices for students to do in classwork, implement visual aids within their lessons, also allows students to use graphic organizers, include hands-on activities during daily instruction, and they should also be allowed to use technology through assistive technology and interactive activities. Our next disability is speech and language impairment. Speech and language impairment is defined as a communication disorder such as stuttering, impaired articulation, and language or voice impairment that affects a child's educational performance. Students with speech or language impairment may show difficulties with academic skills such as understanding and following directions, reading comprehension, and organization skills. Students who struggle with speech and language have issues with their communication and social skills as well. This is due to their inability to understand or make the sounds of speech, difficulties with oral language, and the inability to express their thoughts, answer questions, and written language abilities. Now, some strategies that we can use for students with speech and language impairment are the use of visual aids within the lesson to help the students be able to understand what is being taught. Working in small groups will also be beneficial to the student because it allows the teacher time to work directly with the student and focus on their speaking skills. It will also be a good idea for the teacher to collaborate with the student's speech therapist for extra support. Our next disability is intellectual disability, which is known as ID. ID is significantly sub-average general intellectual functioning existing concurrently with deficient in students' behavior and manifested during the developmental period that adversely affects a child's educational performance. Students with ID have trouble with their academic skills due to a sufficient deficiency in their cognitive skills, and their thinking and processing new information usually occurs at a slower rate and lower level than their peers. They tend to have short attention spans, difficulty organizing and expressing their own thoughts and ideas, and a lack of communication and social skills, which makes it difficult for them to learn new information at the same rate as their peers. They also struggle with social skills in making new friends and understanding different social cues like body language and sarcasm. An instructional strategy that can be used for students with ID is to implement engaging interactive activities in the curriculum being taught. Allowing students to work together can help promote better social skills and also keep the students motivated to learn. During instruction, provide students with clear directions and allow students extra time when needed. It is good practice to break the lesson into smaller segments so students do not become overwhelmed. Students should also have access to assistive technology and all accommodations listed in their IEP. Next, we have emotional disturbance or EDB. EDB is a condition exhibiting characteristics over a long period of time that generate behavioral issues that affect a child's educational performance. Students with EDB struggle with having short attention spans and impulsive behavior. This diagnosis can contribute to a student's lack of communication and social skills. Students with EDB are identified by actions such as fighting, becoming withdrawn, not interacting socially with others, excessive fear, anxiety, temper tantrums, inappropriate crying, poor coping skills, and learning difficulties that lead to the students academically performing below grade level. A differentiated, a differentiated instructional strategy that can be used for students with EDB is to create a safe and positive learning environment for them to learn. Allow them time to process their emotions and speak to them in a calm voice. If students become triggered, have activities and a space for them to de escalate away from other students and allow them breaks when needed. Our last category is gifted and talented students, which is also known as twice exceptional students. These are students who have an exceptional ability and disability. They are gifted some way, but they also face learning disabilities and learning development. Gifted and talented students are sometimes hard to diagnose and may be misplaced due to their abilities. Some teachers may focus on their giftedness and not provide support for their students' special needs, and vice versa. Gifted kids can use their strengths to compensate their special needs, and in the process mask their learning problems, or the special needs can mask their giftedness. In some cases, neither the disability nor the giftedness is recognized. For example, students may be gifted in certain areas like math or music, but they may also have a learning disability challenge like autism or ADHD. A few instructional strategies that can be used for students who are gifted and talented include adding aspects of UDL in the lessons. This is when teachers provide more challenging assignments, have a variety of tasks available for the lesson, and allow students to choose how they want to demonstrate what they have learned. Teachers can also choose topics that pique the student's interest. This will help keep the student motivated and engaged to learn. Gifted students need opportunities to analyze, evaluate, create, and reflect. They should gain experience by asking and investigating complex questions and completing challenging tasks. Again, these have been 5 different types of disabilities that are under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and different differentiated instructional strategies we can use to become effective teachers and help our students in all the way that we can. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.